Hey, I'm John. You may or may not know me from the bike rally. I think I've been doing it for 9 years now. So today we're going to be trying to do a flat fix here in case you're out there and the worst happens and you get a flat. Okay, so you're out and you got a flat. You're going to need 4 things to fix your flat. Number 1, you're going to need something to get the wheel off of the bike. Number 2 that you're going to need is you're going to need something to get the tire off of the wheel. Which in this case is going to be tire levers. I like to wrap duct tape around my tire lever just in case I need some extra duct tape when I'm out. Once it's off and once you figured out what caused your flat, you're going to need a new tube to put in there so you don't just go flat again. And then once everything's back together, you're going to need something to pump up your tires. I personally like to use pumps. A lot of people will use CO2 cans. That's just kind of personal preference, whatever you like. Alright, so you are on the side of the road because your tire is flat. You are probably not going to be in your smallest gear on the back wheel, but if you put it in to the smallest gear before you flip the bike upside down, it's going to save you a little bit of trouble down the road. So now we're going to flip the bike over and we need to take the wheel off of the bike. So to do that, you're going to need to release your brakes probably because your brakes are going to be really tight and close to your wheel. On this bike it might be a little bit different from yours. You just kind of pull it open and release the cable like that. But your brakes probably will look like this. And in that case you just flip this lever up and it will open up the brakes, which will make taking the wheel off a lot easier. So to open up the quick release, it is exactly that. It's quick. You just kind of yank on this lever until it's open and loose. And then to pull the wheel out, you're going to need to pull your derailleur back and straight up, and then your wheel's off. Just a quick perimeter check of the wheel just to make sure there's nothing, big gaping nail sticking out of it. So you're just going to take the hook of the quick release lever and put it up underneath the bead of the tire, and then take your second and put it about 2 to 3 inches away from the first one and do the same thing. Put it up underneath the bead of the tire. And then at the same time they both come up and down. And sometimes you can just kind of yank sideways on this and it will take the tire off, but a lot of the times it will be too tight. So you just kind of do the same thing again, another 3 inches, and then flip it up, and then at this point it's probably loose enough just to take the tire partially off of the wheel. So next we need to take the tube out of the tire, which should be fairly easy. And you just need to take the valve cap off, pull it out, and it's out. Next, what you want to do is take your fingers and lightly rub them along the inside of the tire. And what we're doing here is trying to find out why you got a flat. What is in there that punctured your tube and is making you lose all your air. And we are going to put this tube into this tire. Pull the tire over so you can put the valve into the valve hole, and then pull the tire up over the tube. And then we're going to work our way around, stuffing the tube into the tire. We're going to take the bead of the tire and pull it back up over the wheel so we can get the tire back onto the wheel. And this is going to go very, very easily until you get to about here, and then it's going to get much, much more difficult. Never use your tire levers to lever the tire back onto the wheel. What's going to happen if you do that, when you're doing that, grab hold of the tube, pinch the tube, then you have a hole in your tube and you got to start from square one again. You just have to kind of just coerce it a little bit to get up there. If you're having a little bit of trouble, you can massage the wheel, just kind of work in the tire onto the wheel, and then it's on. So same as before, we're going to pull back on the derailleur, set the cassette onto the chain on that smallest gear, and then your wheel should just kind of fall into place. And then make sure it's in and tighten this quick release down. Going is good, stopping is better. So we're gonna make sure that we hook this brake back up, or if you have the other type of brakes, pushing this lever back down. And then the next step is probably gonna take the longest out of everything, is to take your pump and pump up your tire. And that's it.